what's good, boys? Today we'll be comparing new versus old agents. We'll be going over vital pros and cons to using a new agent versus an old agent. What is an old agent, especially with what's going on right now? We're seeing the same levels of PandaBuy uncertainty with users using certain agents. We're going over absolutely everything in this video. If you guys have any questions, either drop a comment or join the Discord. We talk about this stuff in the Discord every single day. I'm in there. This is a very important video, so let's get into it. So what do I classify as an old agent? What do I classify as a new agent? I'm going to call it pre-PB, so pre-PandaBuy. Agents that existed before PandaBuy that were competing with PandaBuy, that's what I classify as an old agent. Any agent that existed pre-PandaBuy collapse. It goes without saying, a new agent is an agent that popped up after the PandaBuy collapse. I also want to make it clear in this video, I'm not going to tell you use this agent 100%. As I always do, I'm just going to lay out all the facts and let you decide for yourself. You know, you can join various communities and ask yourself, take advice from regular people buying from these agents. With that being said though, I've said this since the beginning, pre-PandaBuy, always use an old agent. Why is this? Some of these agents we're going to talk about in a second have had 5+ years to get their shit together, meaning hire more staff, build better systems, build apps. The most important fact, not all of them, but the ones that still exist have outlived PandaBuy, restructured, changed, adapted. They did what they could to survive that whole PandaBuy situation, which is one of the most important facts as a buyer you want to know when you're picking your agent. And that's why I recommend go OG agents. That's because if they didn't really care about longevity like some of the new agents, they would have just not changed anything, not adapted, tried to make the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, and some of them already collapsed or collapse is near. But from the PandaBuy situation, they've adapted. They've essentially shown everyone that they want to be in this for the long run. Some of them sacrificed so much money in users because they refused to ship out fake items. They adapted. That is just what I want to harp on about in this video. With that being said, not all OG agents have like a beautiful clean slate. They're not perfect in any way, shape or form. Now the new agents, the ones, I'm going to pop up every single logo here of what I classify as a new agent because it will take me years to go over every single agent that popped up because there is so many. My theory is when all the PandaBuy shit went down and it was going through the courts and their profits, their losses, all the money they were making was forced into the public eye. It wasn't private anymore. Various business people from around the globe went, how many zeros? And how quickly can we make an agent? Because there's money in this. PandaBuy had like 90% of the market share. All those users have no clue where to go. Let's set this up today. Look, like I said, it's a conspiracy. I'm not saying every one of these guys is guilty. They might have some amazing leadership. I don't know. But as someone that's been in this space for a very long time, that's the opinion I have on them. The first one that comes to mind, I don't hear of this agent anymore, but you guys let me know if you remember this agent. They had a run of about a week. This was SuperBuy. PandaBuy shuts the next day. This SuperBuy, I don't know what aggressive marketing they had, but it was everywhere. And all the subs, every creator was talking about this SuperBuy. There's so much lore. You just had to be there. It was like people were leaking screenshots of child labor. There was rumors it was operating out of an apartment. They got too big, too quick, didn't have the manpower, came under scrutiny because they were everywhere. That's just a prime example that comes to my head of kind of what all these agents are about. Going back to that point I said about longevity before, from outside looking in, it just makes me think that they're not in it for the long run. They're here to get in, cash out, leave you holding the bag. Without just shitting on the new agents, a lot of them did things very good, very quickly. Not many of them, but a lot of them brought refreshing apps, features. I will give this to SuperBuy. They're in the dumps right now from looking at it. One of my favorite features from them, I've never worked with them. I've used them a few times because they were really big at one point. I was trying to see what the fuss was about. They allowed you to copy over pretty much any Chinese platform and it was indexing properly. So Zhanyu, you could copy a link from Zhanyu and it would pop up automatically, not needing to do like a manual link copy like you need to do on SugarGoo. That was amazing. That's like the only innovation though. You guys, there's no innovations. That's all I'm gonna give the new agents. Also, I'm gonna say 90% of you use these new agents. Now, why is that? They have some of the most robust marketing of all time. They're so aggressive. They overhire. They want to get as big as fast as possible. So they are picking up absolutely everyone, cutting corners. And like I've said in so many of my little sit down agent videos, the Chinese never do anything for free. I'm gonna go over this again. Picture an agent as like a bank. A single user is worth a lot of money, so they're willing to do whatever it takes to get you in the door. give you whatever coupons you want, just so you get your first haul. You get lazy and you just stay with them like a bank, spend so much money over a 5-year period. The new user signups for these new agents are ridiculous, but these new agents have developed like no relationships with shipping lines, so they just discount shit super cheap, get people in the door, get a baseline of users, and kind of figure it out later. But you've been lured in by a really good discount and you get lazy. So if you take anything away from this video, what I say, don't be loyal to one agent. I see a lot of you asking around what's the best agent for the US, Australia, Brazil, yada, yada, yada. What I recommend to you, you guys on YouTube, do your research. You guys are not lazy. Shop around. Do like a one haul test, especially in a time like this when high chance the agent you use is under fire right now. You're worried. So this is the time to look elsewhere. Shop around, do a one haul test, test it yourself. One haul. Do you like this agent? What was it like? What does it compare to the agent I just used? Is it better? Is it worse? If it's worse, move on to the next. If it's better, there could be better out there. So just go down the line until you find one. You've tried them all and you go, holy shit, this one is the best. It's so common. Do not be loyal to one agent, especially in a time like this. All the pros and cons are very like region specific and what you are looking for. So it's why rather than asking randoms on the internet for opinions, test it yourself if you're comfortable with it. So now let's get into the OG agents, which in my opinion, to narrow your search down, I would just pick from this group here. If you guys have used them, you can drop your feedback in the comments section. I'm going to talk about the two absolute best options, and that's SuperBuy and SugarGoo. Full disclaimer, SuperBuy, I used SuperBuy probably 8 years ago. I haven't used it in a very long time. They are probably the oldest agent I'm going to speak about on this entire video. SugarGoo is one I've been using for about 6 years. I used it just as a regular user for close to a year, but I've been working with SugarGoo for 6 years. So I'll say their pros and cons, same with SuperBuy. So I'll go over SuperBuy first. I would say in the entire industry, they have the best QC photos. SugarGoo, I love them to death, but oh my God, their QC photos are just so fucking bad. I've been in the warehouse and I said, why are we using 1990 Blackberries to take these photos? Turn the lights down. It's so overexposed. And they're like, we can't change it. I'm just like, dude. One thing new agents do when they pop up, they use cameras. Some of these old agents just be using vintage tech. So SuperBuy probably have the best photos in the game. With that being said though, there seems to be a decent amount of brand restrictions on certain lines to certain countries. I'm not going to get into that fully, but I was looking on Jade Ship to like Australia, and there's certain lines that it's like you can only ship general goods, and obviously that's kind of a deal breaker for us. Same as SugarGoo, SuperBuy has like a 0% fee on Alipay, which is very good for you guys that are used to fucking getting ripped off by the exchange rates on the new agents. Heaps of staff, they've been in the game for fucking years, they've stood the test of time. PandaBuy bringing in brand restrictions because they probably had to, exactly like SugarGoo, they are willing to adapt to certain scenarios, which is exactly what you want to hear when you're a buyer. SuperBuy has decently competitive shipping rates. I see minimal complaints on the internet. There is a few out there. I might pop them up if I can find some. I cannot think of what the major complaint is off the top of my head, but it's a very good option coming from someone that's also used them just as a regular person many years ago. Okay, now next moving on to SugarGoo. I see this comment still. A lot of you guys complain about the brand restrictions. There hasn't been brand restrictions on SugarGoo for about a year now. Trust me when I say this. As someone that used SugarGoo relentlessly, the brand restrictions, it was the worst. It was the worst system. Just for the timeline it was on, it had to be done. I will just say that. But those have been gone a very long time. Biggest downside to SugarGoo is just the QC images. From the wide range of issues we can pick from, it's not the biggest deal. Some of them are better than others. It's just usually items that are white are super blown out. From what I've seen, best exchange rate, I think other than CSSBuy, which is another OG agent, but has its fair share of problems, very competitive exchange rate. Hundreds of staff, like they've been in the game 6 years. I'm saying this from a regular buyer. If you just pick the right shipping lines, in recent years, the only problem I have seen in certain countries, there is no PayPal. So that is a massive deal breaker if you guys are restricted to only using PayPal. But PayPal is just terrible. So use Alipay. There's so many other options out there. PayPal is, you're just ripping yourself off. Prime example, like SuperBuy with certain restrictions, it had to be done. They've shown that they're willing to adapt and change when scrutiny happens. It's another good sign. I'm not going to sit here gassing them up anymore because Just like SuperBuy, you can go on various forums, just look at the feedback from general people. I've been seeing it heaps in my Discord just from regular people. Like SuperBuy, it's just praise, not coming from me. You don't need to hear it from me. Just look at the feedback. In conclusion, pick an OG agent over a new one. I'm not going to tell you use this one 100%, but I think I made it pretty clear why to use an OG agent. A lot of you think you might be using an old agent, but you're not. Just do your research. Look at when the agent was made. You can look on Reddit. Ask Gemini, it will have the answer for you. So let me know in the comment section what agent you use. I love each and every single one of you. See you guys in the next one. Peace.